Alright guys, welcome back to another Opera Omnia video where we're going to be talking about Rem and Seifer, who are going to be getting their reworks, their C90s, and Rem will finally be getting her LD weapon. We're going to go over what changes they are going to be getting with their kits, and I'm going to let you guys know towards the end of the video my opinions on them and whether or not you should actually chase for either of these two characters. So, as always, if you guys do enjoy the video, consider liking the video and subscribing for future Opera Omnia content. Let me know what your plans are for this upcoming banner for the Rem's Intersecting Wills event down in the comment section below. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So Rem's rework to his skill 1 now expands both HP heals to the party, increases the party Brave by 50% of the max Brave, and allows for 150% gained max Brave overflow. She gets instant turn rate if the Cure Light passive is active. If not, it just increases her turn rate and it doesn't increase the turn count unless you use her as a friend support or during the summon phase. Now the buff, Devoted Heart, adds a party regen by 5% of the max HP, now being a total of 10%. Her skill 2, Swap Turns, increases own and selected allies' Brave gain to 105% of attack, that now allows for 150% gained max Brave overflow up. It also increases the selected allies' EX recast gauge by 20%. Now while buffed, it grants her HP Attack Plus command. Previously you needed to use a skill 2 to access it. Now her HP Attack Plus, while buffed, increases her Brave by 100% of her attack, allows for 120% gained max Brave overflow, and deals a ranged HP attack. With a C90, her EX ability increases party Brave gain to 50% of the max Brave, then deals a 4-hit AoE Magic Brave plus an AoE HP attack 2 times. It increases the Brave by 20% of the HP damage dealt after the first HP attack. Now her EX also party HP heals based on the HP damage dealt, and any excess heals converts to Brave. Her EX ability also has high turn rate. Now her C65 extension, which got extended to 7 turns, and it also adds a party 10% stolen max Brave overflow up, now being a total of 20, a 10% gained max Brave overflow up, and a 10% Brave gains up. Her LD ability increases the Brave by 30% of the max Brave, then deals a 4-hit AoE Magic Brave plus an AoE HP attack 4 times that deals split HP damage. She increases Brave by 20% of the HP damage dealt after each HP attack except for the last, and increases party Brave by 20% of the HP damage dealt after the last HP attack. She grants the new Absorb Magic buff for 10 turns, and the party on the next turn or on their next turn gets a free ability use excluding certain abilities. Now it also grants her the Siphon Sphere follow-up attack as long as her LD buff is active, so you got to make sure that that stays active to get access to that attack. Now the Absorb Magic buff grants the following to the party: a 20% attack up, a 20% stolen and gained max Brave overflow up, a 20% HP damage up, and a 20% Brave gains up. And after her own turn, she triggers her follow-up attack on the start of the next turn. Now her follow-up attack increases Brave by 30% of her max Brave, then deals a 4-hit AoE Magic Brave plus an AoE HP attack 2 times that deals split HP damage. Now, it increases Brave by 50% of the HP damage dealt after the first HP attack, increases the party Brave by 20% of the HP damage dealt after the last HP attack, and increases the ally whose turn is next Brave by 30% of the HP damage dealt. And it also grants that selected ally, or the allies, the ally whose turn is next after Rem, a 1-turn buff called Magical Projection, which grants the ally a 50% Brave damage up, a 20% HP damage up, and the Brave does not drop below 30% of their max Brave. So Seifer's rework to his skill 1 turns it into a 4-hit AoE Wind Ranged Brave plus a single target HP attack 3 times. His skill 2 turns into a 5-hit AoE ranged Brave, plus an AoE HP attack 4 times. His LD now becomes a 3-hit AoE ranged Brave, plus an AoE HP attack 6 times. His next turn does not consume ability use, excluding some abilities. Now with his C90, his EX ability becomes a 4-hit AoE ranged Brave, plus a single target HP attack 5 times. His EX buff gives him an additional 20% attack up, totaling 50%, a 20% stolen max Brave overflow up, and a 20% HP damage up. His C65 got extended to 6 turns and adds a 30% Brave damage cap up, and when attacking a debuff target adds a 10% attack up. So are Rem and Seifer worth chasing for in the upcoming banner? Let's talk about Seifer first. Seifer definitely gets some big upgrades. He becomes a very good, solid damage dealer for what he does, especially with the fact that as long as you have his Purge buff from his LD ability active, you are able to delay the targets by 1 turn, which is solid. It does also give him an HP damage up, and remember, like I mentioned earlier, his EX buff also gives him an HP damage up, so that's going to be a 40% HP damage up, which is going to help him out, especially with the amount of Brave hits that he's going to be dealing and the amounts of HP dumps that he has now. It's definitely going to help him out in capping out and dealing some very good damage. Now, some of the debuffs that he does inflict onto the enemies, like max Brave down, attack down, defense down from his C65, which did get an upgrade as well, so now it's a 60% defense down. It's not frame, but it's still pretty good to have inflicted onto the enemies. His Scar of Destruction inflicts the enemies with a speed down, and it makes them deal 0 Brave damage. And then the Foul debuff, which has a 40% defense down, a Brave sap, and a Brave gains down. Like overall though, like when it comes to his debuffs, it really is going to help out, you know, and kind of like making it so like the enemy is like, oh, like trying to get some Brave or trying to build up Brave, etc, etc. It's not going to be a fun time for them. So overall though, I mean, if you're needing a solid damage dealer that is able to delay, you really can't go wrong with Seifer. Seifer really becomes a very strong unit with his C90 and his rework. Now with Rem overall has become a very solid support character, and especially with the auras that she now provides, the changes that benefits the entire party now with her skill 1, being able to heal the entire party. Previously she wasn't able to do that. Her skill 2, which has the ability to be able to swap in the turn order with other units, is actually a big plus as well. The other thing that I definitely realized while I was going over her kit and putting the slides together was that she really focuses a good amount on providing a lot of Brave to the party, and that's why with this whole gained overflow that she has, with the Brave gains that she now provides to the party, and the fact that like pretty much every single thing that Rem actually does pretty much batteries the party or batteries the unit that she will swap with, like really like just shows how good of a supportive character she can definitely be. And she's actually not a bad option to actually pick up. I know that there are a good amount of players that are excited to pull for her LD weapon, and I don't blame you. I mean, like, she overall does a good amount of stuff for one character in terms of support, in terms of some turn shenanigans, and especially with the character that goes after Rem after her follow-up attack procs. The character getting that Brave damage up, HP damage up, is very solid. And then if you add on top of what Rem is already offering with her kit, like, you really can't go wrong with having Rem on your team. Now, Rem is definitely going to be a big help for the upcoming Lufenia Plus fight, because the orb is to basically do her skill 2, pretty much, like swapping between characters, like moving characters throughout the turn order. That pretty much makes that fight extremely easy. There are a few HP thresholds that you have to worry about in that fight when it comes to the other mannequins, because you are facing off against a Rem mannequin, a Warrior of Light mannequin, and a Vivi mannequin. And if I'm not mistaken, I do believe that Warrior of Light does have his LD ability on him, so you definitely got to be careful on that. You have to, like, you know, try to like paralyze them or make it so that they won't deal any damage to you, etc., etc. But no, Rem is definitely perfect, not only for this upcoming Lufenia Plus fight, but just like overall though, to have her in a team to provide you with some pretty good auras, with good healing, with good amount of battery and turn shenanigans. She's not a bad option to actually pick up if you are needing that type of character like that in your roster of characters. So other than that, that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about these two characters down in the comment section below. And again, let me know what your plans are for both of these two characters as well in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next